Should we be at shoulder arms or?
Yep, shoulder arms.
Okay.
Wow, this is quite a fancy house indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Dress it up, guys. Dress it up.
We got 40 people on here, just 6 LA alone.
Yep, that's it.
Right
More than
face,
40.
your right face and touch down now.
Right face.
Right
press it down,
face.
boys.
On those little caps gone.
Ball.
You need to look pretty, we're going to be recorded. Touch down.
Come on,
Pretty for
ballpark.
the
Hey,
kids.
the door works.
Keep going till you can't.
I'm sorry? Oh, that's okay, Ruby. That's alright.
You want me to just go pirate, or is it okay if I switch?
Right face and touch down.
Go ahead and switch if you want to. Yeah. Go ahead and
I
switch.
mean,
and
if
get
this is
back
gonna
up.
be recorded, we're gonna get photos. I mean, it makes it running right.
Yeah, this is going to be on YouTube, so yes,
Alright,
definitely.
good
Yep, go for it. I'll wait for you.
In general.
Hey, General P, you gotta come through this door. You gotta come through.
Okay. No, that's okay. Alright, you guys, maybe you guys introduce me, and then I'll come out and just say, you know, Major General Piletti of the 6th Louisiana.
I have a feeling I'm about to crash the server by doing this.
I know, don't do that. Don't do that.
Drunken, would you like to introduce me out?
Italian?
Italian, freeze in arms, and then I'll have you come out.
We're gonna wait just a minute for Ruby to get back. Once we're ready, I'll let you all know, and then we'll be off.
If that crashes you, I'm gonna freaking break my computer.
Don't do
Don't
it.
So I clicked officer, but it brought me back as private anyway, so I guess I'm just
Order
Pick a
arms.
different reg real quick and go back as officer.
copy that.
Do one step forward.
Hey, Ghost, you have a peasant hat.
And all arms.
Do I?
Yeah. Sorry.
Snyder, F6.
JV, press 6.
F6 Legion. Yep.
I like the hat.
JV, press 6, please. Thank you.
Drunken, when I come out, then should we have a company salute? I'll salute. They salute. You just give the call, and then
F6
we'll get to it.
Yeah, I'll tell the battalion to salute. You salute them back, then they can drop their salute.
Copy. Looking good, guys. Looking really good.
Alright, just a reminder to everyone. When Pale comes out, well, before Pale comes out, I'm gonna tell the battalion to present arms. Everybody needs to know what that button is, even you new guys. Everybody presents arms, and you hold present arms until he returns it to you. Then I will say, battalion order arms. Then you go back to order arms.
Yep, F5.
F5 is moving, guys.
And
Very
then-
important key.
And then parade rest.
Present arms.
And parade rest, you just press F5 again. Oh, excuse me. Jesus, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No!
Pele, we're going to have a talk now.
Yeah, I know, right? Just disregard what I just said. I thought he was going to say, come back to the... I'm sorry. Got ahead of myself.
Italian, shoulder, arm.
Shoulder.
Order arms.
Let's try it out. You know the key. Present. Arm.
Present arms.
F5.
F5.
And we keep saluting until everyone salutes.
Is that you, Ruby? Oh, you're looking sexy. Oh, damn. Look at Ruby.
Oh, yeah!
Arm.
Shoulder.
Arms.
Oh,
Okay,
you
make a little room.
Can you make it area?
Yeah, make a little
Thank you,
room.
guys. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Excuse me, gentlemen.
come
Thank
through
you.
line.
Pardon me.
Mind pressing X, please. And JV, saying
Hey,
shoulder
Freddy,
arms,
open that. I mean, wait, where is Freddy? Freddy's down
please.
there.
Saluting.
That's okay. All right, I'm going to go in here. Y'all can begin then whenever. All right, go ahead, start rolling tape if you guys are
Here,
recording.
I'll stand beside you, Ghost.
I just freaking crashed.
Oh no.
Oh no. Wait, we have to wait for Vault.
You know what? Let's just roll. You can listen in TeamSpeak. You can just because we're running out of time here, and it's okay. He's going to be down on the floor anyways.
Alright, so
That's out.
Actually, wait, scratch that. He's Sergeant Major. He's going to be well. You want us to wait for you? I'll wait for you.
Be right back.
no one moved.
Okay.
Literally no one moved.
Where's our band? Do we have a band to do anything here? Or?
Junkin's got a.
I can do bugle calls.
Do it.
Alright, just a minute. Say bugle or tuba?
User joined your channel.
Google calls Jarhead style.
Where's your bagpipes? Can you play your bagpipes for us? Yo, I'd blow out the fucking mic.
Oh. That'd be bad.
Along with my headphones.
Still like here.
You want music or a bugle call?
That is music.
Whatever you find best, I guess, Drunken.
Yeah, your call, bud. I'm good with whatever. Let's just make it the best video possible.
Alright. Hey, lady, before you come out, I'm gonna play the General's March.
Sounds good.
As of right now, I'm gonna play Assembly.
Beautiful.
Alright, just say when you want to come out.
All right. Whenever. Ready to
I'm
roll.
loading in. I'm loading in.
Oh wait, that's right. We're waiting for Volk. Shit. Okay.
No one move.
No one.
Sorry.
If any of you move, it's game over.
I saw somebody move.
I'll kick his ass after.
I saw your butt cheek move when you farted.
So, General B, you come out when you hear General's March play, alright?
Copy.
Hey, just be chill, guys. He's on his way.
So as soon as that starts going, I can come out, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you need me to open the door for you, or are you capable of opening it?
Oh God.
That's a good question.
All right. And then when I come out, I'll salute right away, and then they salute, and then we're good, right?
Remember, everyone, F5. I don't want someone else
You'll
coming out.
salute, and I'll tell the battalion to order arms and parade rest.
Copy.
Wait, Ghost, when do we salute?
With the men.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. Are you opening the door for him?
No. I don't want to crash the server.
Boopy, you just getting TeamSpeak? Hop into the drill server. We'll be by a house to the north. Run northwest.
Right, I'm
You'll
there.
see us.
I'm there.
Okay. All right, let's get this rolling.
Achoo.
Who said that?
Spin that shit, DJ.
Alright. We're waiting on anybody else.
I don't think so.
Whoa.
Alright. Fuck it. We're gonna do it live.
Do it live!
Silence in the ranks.
Battalion. Well, fuck it. I'll say it in game. Battalion. Present. Arms.
Present arms.
Present arms.
What number is that?
F5.
5.
It's not fucking working. Just come out, play later.
Copy.
Where y'all at?
House up north.
Battalion. Order arms.
Order arms.
Order arms.
F6 boys.
Parade. Rest.
Parade.
And parade rest.
Parade rest.
F7, not F9. Dress
All right, soldiers of the 6th Louisiana Infantry. Firstly, gentlemen, I'd like to thank all of you that have come out for this regimental meeting. We have over 40 guys here. That's fantastic. We will be discussing a multitude of different topics, And I want to stress that this meeting that we're having right here is going to be an open dialogue about the state of and the future of this regiment. I'd ask you guys, however, as we discuss, that everyone be respectful to each other's opinions and not to interrupt your fellow brethren in the 6th Louisiana. First topic I'm going to hit on is events and attendance. As you guys all well know, I'm the War of Rights event coordinator for Sundays and Monday events. I've been, with the help from many within the community, you guys in particular, and the Yanks as well, and everybody within the CSA, holding open field double rank line battles, which has been very, very successful. What makes it all the more impressive is that we can accomplish that without a server admin, and for the most part, within the community, all have responded well and have really helped out in the action and done their part. I want to thank all you boys for your constant excellent attendance during these events, like right now. You gentlemen fight hard, you guys follow orders well, you've kept yourselves out of the troubles, and have really earned the 6th Louisiana a great name within the community and on the battlefield. I want to keep these events weekly, and the reason for it, I mean, it is kind of just to build that momentum. I mean, I always send out notifications, private message everybody on Steam, make sure you boys are well informed as far as times and dates for events goes. I'm a strong believer in momentum, and keeping the battles weekly builds camaraderie and familiarity within one another and keeps us sharp within the regiment. And also that within 2nd Corps as well. I have also been holding young officers nights to evaluate leadership potential from amongst the ranks. So this will start the Q&A part because I want to hear from everybody. That's the whole point of me doing this. Our first question would be like, what do you guys think of events? You all happy with events? What do you like about events? What can we do better? And this is your guys' time to go ahead and talk. So starting with officers, if anybody has any ideas as far as what we could do to help events be bigger, better, you let me know. Go ahead. Anybody at this point can speak up.
Ghost, you go first.
Event-wise, I think that we all do. How are things going with the attendance list, Freddie?
Irish is taking that over quite well.
Irish?
Quite well.
It's going pretty good.
Excellent.
That's good.
Trip?
Not that we'd punish anyone, obviously, if they couldn't turn up on a regular basis.
Right, because real life, and that's the thing. Real life comes first in my unit. It's when you guys can make. Obviously, we have a strong crew here. Everybody always makes it all the time. But if something comes up, real life happens. That's cool. I'll never knock anybody or demote anybody for that reason.
What would be the one reason you would demote somebody?
Failure to live up to their rank.
Oh, sorry.
Or perhaps getting out of line with you just remember you're 6th Louisiana. We purposely make it a good example. We set a very high standard, and there's a reason for that. And I'm all about having fun. This is a game. We're here to have fun. At the same time, we're also respecting our ancestors. If you might know, my ancestor Giuseppe Piletti was a captain for the 6th Louisiana. This is my history. I love this, and I want to respect it and give it 100% effort at all times.
Yeah, I think like gross misconduct, something like that, would get you ousted. At least in my book, this is Ruby. In my book, gross misconduct would definitely be a red flag for me. At least to send up the chain, be like, yo, this guy's just mouthing off, fooling around, doing whatever, not taking anything serious. So that would be for me. Gross misconduct, or not live like the general said, not doing what you're expected to do at your rank. You know what I mean? Not performing what you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. Well said.
Exactly, and I don't think we've had any problems with that so far. So
no, everybody's been great. Everybody's been great. Everybody's been fantastic. Everybody's been awesome.
I've been incredibly fortunate.
And that's one thing that we can say about this regiment that not a lot of other regiments can say is we have a lot.
Is everyone
of
happy with the training times and then being able to attend for the actual event times?
I do have one more question.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty much happy with the event times and with the training times. Although I'm a little new with that, but I'm still, you know, trying to clean cap on. Even though I've been missing for a while.
I'm still waiting for that question.
Okay, very good. No, somebody's speaking. Somebody's speaking. And you're free to speak in team speak as well. I heard you. Whose voice was that?
This is
Bart.
book, 11th Mississippi.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
You, I know Pilotty, you're good. You're good friends with Trump. Do you believe the 11th Mississippi is always going to be here?
I hope so. And for, well, I won't get too much into that, but Trump's a dear friend of mine, and I want the 11th to work. He's perhaps trying to find something that works for him, and whether that means join the 6th or whatever. I'd rather him work hard and make the Mississippi Boys a success. That would be, and I've been preaching that to him for a while. So, and any unit that joins 2nd Corps is going to get my unrenowned fucking dedication. I can promise you that.
Alright, thank you, sir.
Permission to speak.
What are you doing?
Go ahead.
My only problem with the event is my time.
Understood. You're all saying.
Yeah, the different times that we have, it's a little difficult to get to some of them. That's all. But I do keep you informed if I can.
You always do. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yep.
Hey, Thomas Beach, your hot mic.
Yeah, please don't hot mic.
Hey, my mic is actually working.
Hey, General Pete, I do have
I didn't know.
an issue I'd like to bring up.
Go ahead, Ghost.
I want to make sure the new guys and recruits are being able to get into a new company. If we've got companies available for the, is C full now?
It is not. We are 48 strong, I do believe. So C is still filling up.
Okay. Yeah. So just make sure you guys, new recruits, get to a company officially within us.
Right. And we'll be hitting on some points about that a little bit later.
Copy.
Let's hit on the next question I have about as far as events and attendance goes. The Saturday events. Obviously, as you gentlemen know, I can't make Saturdays. I have to work. I do know that there is an effort being put forward by 2 people. I'm not sure if Sass is here. I know Red Leader cannot make it. All right, Sass. I know you've kind of taken up the flag and kind of pushed, you know, and got the guys in the 6th Louisiana together for Saturdays. Is that even practical? If we decide to do Saturday events, if I try to really make a big push for it and get all these guys under your lead, can you do that on a weekly basis? Is there enough interest in doing so? This is like my question to you guys.
At the moment, it's mostly Georgia on the Fridays and Saturdays, but there's
I've
some of our
managed
guys
to get
on there.
off, you know, Sunday and Monday for the events, but like, there's no way I can be available on Saturdays.
Okay. How about for the common infantrymen, though? Any privates and recruits out there? Any of my new guys, corporals even? I mean, any interest in Saturday events, 8 p.m. Eastern?
I have an interest in it.
Okay.
I'm up for it. It sounds fun.
Okay.
I'm always down, but it's just a 50-50.
There you
This
go.
is Judas, but I'm always down.
Awesome, Judas.
I think it might be a good idea to have like an official, you know, Sunday, and then Saturday be the unofficial.
Right.
Because you know, when you play all the time, it just gets
Yeah.
kind of wore out. You're like,
Right.
and then another thing is if everybody can focus on the official, then we'll have a lot more people show up instead of, well, I might show up on Saturday or I might show up on Sunday.
That's true, and that's a fact, and that's why I've always kept the Sunday and Mondays, because I can be there in person, doing my thing. I just wanted to see. Okay, so let's say this then, gentlemen. If you're interested in Saturday events, if you could, so you know, you said 50-50. That's cool. JDAM copy. And I think a lot of the guys are kind of like that. It's 50-50. Saturday sometimes. Hey, Saturday night, you all want to go out. You want to go have a good time. You know, that's totally understandable. It's Saturday night for a reason. If you are interested in making Saturday events, contact Second Lieutenant Sass. He's right there in our Steam group page. If not, talk to him one-on-one. Add him as a friend on Steam. He can help you organize that. I know Red Leader's big into that too. So if you guys have interest in showing up for the 6th on the Saturday, while it will be an unofficial event, Sass would be the Lieutenant Sass, SAS would be the man that you're looking for.
Yeah, and Red Leader.
And Red Leader as well. All right. Anybody else would like to chime in on that before I move on? All right, very good. Question for y'all. Thoughts on Young Officers Night? The reason I do it is to try to bring all y'all in. You guys that are lower in the ranks, I don't know what kind of leadership qualities I'm dealing with there. So the reason that I do it is to give you guys an opportunity, and sometimes it's a lot, I realize. And depending upon the map, now Harper's Ferry, obviously that's not ideal. But then at the same time, that gives you guys a map where you've never been on, or perhaps you've only been on a few times. And that's where I really get to see the test of leadership. I care less whether you win a map. I'm more interested in how you conduct yourself and how well you organize the men during that map. But any thoughts on Young Officers Night, good or bad? Go ahead, shoot.
Definitely good, because if they can demonstrate, you know, if young officers can demonstrate proper tactics and leadership abilities and being able to think tactically, if they can actually demonstrate that, then you know that they actually understand how to do it. So being a better leader also makes you a better follower.
Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed. Go ahead. You don't even need to ask. Go ahead.
Okay, it's not that I have a question or anything to say, it's just that I have to get going now.
Okay, whose voice is that?
Mick Epic.
Oh, Mick Epic, okay. Understood. Hey, you have a good one, bud. Thanks for hopping in, bud.
You too.
All right,
Catch you next time.
See you next time.
Cheers. See you later, mate.
Tomorrow too, if you're on Mick Epic, tomorrow 8 p.m. Eastern, we have another event. Just a heads up.
This is Ruby.
What's up?
I think that Young Officers is great. I think it's a great opportunity for people to move up and take charge. I think it's a good growing and learning experience, not only for the younger guys that are able to step up, but it gives us an opportunity for us on top to evaluate how we do it, so that we can see sort of how someone else might approach it and see how. Because I mean, obviously, the goal would be for the younger guys to emulate what's going on up here. So when you see that happening, you can kind of evaluate your own game and see, okay, so this is working, this isn't, and this is what they're learning, this is what they're picking up. So I think it's great. I think it's a great thing on both sides of the fence, as it were. You know what I mean? But I think it's great. Yeah, and if anybody, a lower guy wants to come up and take the reins, hey, have at it. And if you're struggling, you're having a hard time, don't be afraid to turn it over to somebody else. Let somebody else give it a shot. And it's definitely a new situation, something to think about when you're up there in the shoes calling the shots. So yeah, I'm excited to see these guys move up and take the reins and see what we can do.
I think the biggest benefit from doing this Young Officers Night thing is from my experience, is all of our officers are usually in the line fighting, and most of the time they go down either all at once, and it just trickles down to where it's like sergeants and stuff like, okay, what do we do? Exactly. So if you let your corporals and your sergeants actually lead, that way your lieutenants and officers, you get all these guys going down, you're like, okay, what are we doing? So I think it's actually a really good idea.
Whose voice is that? Whose voice is that? J-Dan, very good, very well said, and same to you, Ruby. You guys can understand why Ruby's going to be leading my artillery. It's amazing. I don't even have my captains picked out for infantry yet, and yet I've got it picked out for artillery. This guy's top class, and agreed. And a lot of my promotions, or at least the let's say this. So look at it like the NFL draft, okay? You know you're going to be drafted, but before the draft, we do the combine. So that way, I can see. Now, I've already seen a huge amount of work from you, gents, but this is when I'm putting you in. Okay, you're the quarterback. You're playing the role. You're running the show. That's what I want to see. And those guys who can lead in those opportunities really set themselves apart, and expect yourself to be promoted rather soon then. And that's kind of the idea behind it.
This is Moon.
Go ahead.
If there's going to be involvement from the officers and those that already have a higher rank as far as the high-ranking NCOs, then they should be involved instead of just doing their own thing. Like my last chance, not one person followed me, and they were all officers and high-ranking NCOs.
Don't worry about last Monday. Okay, I'll tell you what. I hear you, and I understand. I'd be fucking angry too. Don't worry about last Monday. That's why we're doing it again this week. Y'all are getting a fair and balanced chance here. So that's the idea.
Well said. Well said.
Yep, agreed on all.
Longstreet. So I love the Young Officers Night. I think that it's really helpful for us on multiple levels. One of the things, though, that I wonder, General P, you have a very loose and fast style of leadership when you lead the line. Would you agree?
Agreed. Yeah, I make it. I mean, if the enemy's flanking, I'm getting there first. You better fucking believe it.
He likes to die first as well.
And so, like, when you call like commands and stuff, it sounds nothing like what we do in drill, and it looks nothing like we do in drill. Hmm?
It depends. It depends. I mean, if I call a right face double quick forward march, that's still.
But you say it just like you said it there, which doesn't allow for anyone to actually form up and prepare, and nor does it allow NCOs the time to effectively repeat the order before you're already marching.
If I may interject here.
User joined your channel.
Go ahead.
The point of drill is not necessarily to have everything perfect in the heat of battle. It certainly was not perfect in the heat of battle in real life. And the main purpose of drill, even though as we learn more complicated moves, and as we get used to more, doing things in a very historical way, and at least as drill is concerned, the main point is to get everybody to work together towards a common goal, and everybody to be able to get used to the idea of formations and such. So we're always, and here's the thing, when we
if I can interject there,
I'm
Hold on, 1 second. One second. Let Drunken finish, and then Sass, and then Longstreet.
When we're fighting and we're under the heat of battle and we're stressed, we don't rise to our highest level of training, and we always lower ourselves to the lowest level of training. So the point of drill is really to get that lowest level of training to be at a level where we can be tactically sufficient, and I think it is there.
Mm-hmm.
User joined.
Yeah, Sass, go ahead.
Yeah, you just like comparing the two is like chalk and cheese. The drill is kind of slow motion, and you're just getting used to the movements and the command. In battle, it's going to happen 10 times faster. And
exactly.
You've got to adjust to that.
Right. And even think of it like a real fight. I don't know, maybe some of you guys have never been in a real fight in your fucking lives. But when it happens, when you get hit, that's when you got to stay your most calm. That's when you got to stay your most calm. You want to throw your hands, you want to go wild, that's when you got to stay your most calm. When we get hit, that basic drill, that understanding that there's a reason that we do it, and I don't just skip drills, and I've made a sergeant major, and I put so much focus on that. It's just to get the discipline in, because when it's in your mind and it's concrete, it's just right off. I mean, you automatically know what to do.
Hey, this is Ruby, just real quick on
Yeah,
that.
reflex.
Alright, so the idea with drill is to instill discipline. It's to instill, and these are the words that they use in the Marine Corps, instant obedience and willingness to orders. And that means that if you hear someone's voice telling you to do something, your body is instantly reacting before your brain is computing what it is that you are doing. And drill instills that because you are marching forward until you get that order of column left, of column right. Now these are Marine Corps words. We use file left. I don't know what they are at the moment, but you guys understand the thing. And drill is, maybe some of you guys have been in martial arts. I have. But when you're running through forms in martial arts, you're running the kata. You're running things slow and precise, and you want to get every movement down perfectly. But then when you're sparring and we're actually fighting, you're running at 100%, and the idea is that you want to instill the muscle memory of the katas in your fighting style. So yes, drill will always never be like combat. And it's not that they're going to directly correlate. It's that there are some mentalities and functionalities that you're going to be getting from drill that are applied in combat scenarios.
Exactly.
I think the problem is...
Do I have to, okay, no.
No, go ahead, Longstreet.
It is my turn, and I will be allowed to make my point.
Go ahead, Longstreet, go.
Good grief. So, this Young Officers Night, there is no point, okay? We're not trying to win the match. That is not the goal. The goal is to train our young officers. So it doesn't matter whether or not we won. What mattered is, were we able to fight effectively? Were we able to take what we learn in drill and apply it in a non-drill situation? So in that regard, it should be considered a drill. It doesn't matter if we win. We are trying to train. In fact, we are training. So we should go through the motions of the training as best as the leaders are able to, and not just say, oh, well, you know, it's a real world situation, people's lives are on the line, and shit just happens in combat. Like, we're not actually dying, we're actually training. And that's the standard with which we should be setting the bar for our young officers.
Understood.
Well, I think the...
yeah, go ahead. Let's get it in, then we're going to move on. Yeah.
I gave him the mute tech. He's muted now. If you fixed
yeah,
it, then
just
you can go back.
if I can reply to Longstreet
Go ahead.
on that one. Just in reply to that, yeah, and everyone did try to reinforce that same thing with you. Is in battle, it is the same, and those things are applied. They're just applied most times a lot quicker. So you've got to be listening and anticipating in a way. That's part of what drill does. Gives you that anticipation.
I just want to say something real quick. This is Shock here. I think the problem is we're using TeamSpeak way too much, and TeamSpeak is great, but we hear you instantaneously. Whereas in the game, if we use the voice inside the game, you know, it gives us a chance to, you know, for the NCOs and the lower leadership to follow along.
Okay. Well, and perhaps I can change my style a bit. Now, I am very aggressive as far as like giving my orders across.
No, we're not knocking you. I mean,
but I understand what you're saying. But to give you guys an opportunity too, I'll say, okay, I'm down. This is what I want, but that's kind of what it boils down to. I'll say, okay, I'm down. Here's what I want you guys to do, and then the next, or I'll look for who's in charge up there, who's up there, and I'm looking for those guys. So that's understood. But yeah, but there is a reason for the TeamSpeak though too. We used to just do things in game before TeamSpeak, and it kind of leads to a bit more confusion as to where TeamSpeak, the orders get across ASAP.
Yeah, but if you could do a whisper to your NCOs and your leadership, and then they could in turn, you know, give out the orders.
Okay,
that would probably help out a lot
Shot
better.
troop down the road. That's what's going to be happening because we're going to be too big. I'm not going to be able to. This is the whole reason for this meeting. I'm not going to be able to micromanage my unit as I do now. We have 40 some odd people here just for a regimental meeting. Okay, imagine when this game's in beta and we have 200 some odd guys that can actually make it. Now, let's hope the server caps increase because with our rate of growth, it's going to need to. But I'm going to need, and we're going to get into that a little bit later about my marshals and what's what I call them, but my future captains. And we'll get into that. Yep. Well, we're already into blue, but I mean, even within those companies, I'm going to need company commanders to do their jobs. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's move on here, just because we're cutting time here. Future branches of the 6th Louisiana Battalion. That's the next topic. As it stands currently, we are a battalion 3 companies strong. And over time, we will continue to grow and, more importantly, train and discipline our boys to grow ourselves into an utterly crack unit. My first thing, and we're going to hop right into the questions, Q&A right away. A, B, and C company. Just say I if you're here. If you're a private to sergeant, say I. A, B, and C.
Aye.
Okay. Now, of all you gentlemen, who knows who your company officers, or in C company's case, NCOs?
They
are.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I have a good idea.
All right. Well, see, then that's what I'm. Okay, that's what I'm fucking talking about. If you're an A company, you're a company commander. You have First Lieutenant Ghosts, and you have Second Lieutenant Sass. If you aren't friends with them on Steam, and they're not friends with you on Steam, both you. I mean, well, all more so for the officers. You're fucking up because these officers are the same guys that need to send you messages before events. We'll get into that a little bit later. But if you are A, B, and C. Look at who your company leadership is. It's right there in the Steam group. We have it. Chaplain Brad set it up perfect. At A company, you see who it is. B companies, okay, it's Tripper, Irish, Claiborne, and Red Leader. Tripper's the first lieutenant, so that would be most important.
User joined your channel.
SAS and Ghost, A Company, add them as a friend on Steam. If you're in C Company, get Longstreet. If you're Spanish, get, First Sergeant Silver Destroyer. Add Moser if you're in C Company. These are the future leaders. These are the guys that are going to be running the show and the guys that I want you guys to keep in contact with. You guys are free to, if you want to do an A, B, C, whatever, your own drill, whatever, that's wide open to you guys. And build that repertoire with your guys is the key. Now let's get into D Company. Now we're 48 strong in C Company. It's a while to go till we get to D Company. But anybody have any thoughts as far as D Company goes? And that's going to be an open discussion. Now, let me give you a heads up too. 6th Louisiana, the 4th Company was my ancestors' unit. I want to see D Company be something special. That's my thoughts. But go ahead, everybody. Go ahead.
Should we? This is a shooty bit. Should we have a dedicated skirmishing company? Because I noticed
we already do. We already do. We got our Tiger Scouts. Yep.
Tiger Scouts.
Tiger Scouts led by Sergeant Major Drunken Bagpiper. If you're interested in that, contact him or me, and then I'll send you to him.
Okay. Also, corollary to that, on the Harper's Ferry map earlier, we had a dearth of intelligence. So if that group can start scouting ahead.
Agreed. And in most maps in Harper's Ferry, we just don't play it. It wasn't opportune that we did our Young Officers Night on that. It's just the way it went, but understood. And when it comes down to the individual leaders, remember, you have the Tiger Scouts. We have our own skirmishing crew. Okay, you can send them ahead while we get our reloads, bayonets, and figure out what we want to do. And that's a lot of times what I like to do.
Yeah,
find out where the enemy is. And exactly. Go ahead, George.
I'm sorry. You can finish your thought.
No, I'm done. You can go ahead.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the Tiger Scouts. It's both being able to take skirmishing to another level, to take it to a more historical level than most other companies are even capable of doing. So the Tiger Scouts, we get drilled more. Y'all are a little bit more elite, and your job basically is reconnaissance, killing leadership, killing flag bearers, guides, drummers, whatever. And we're using the Tiger Scouts in the most historical way we can, and that is using them as skirmishers, snipers, sharpshooters, using them for intelligence gathering, harassing the enemy, delaying attacks, preparing the situation for an attack, things like that. So anytime you are in an event, and this doesn't matter who you are, if you're in charge of an event, ask if there's any Tiger Scouts there, and they will all know what to do, because they have all been tested. They can all lead a skirmish section.
Okay, and don't forget about 7 Tennessee. We're always flanking.
We got a 7 Tennessee guy out there. All right, very good, very good. Hey, just a heads up then too. I mean, like, if that is something you're interested in, you would like to be a skirmisher. Now, we keep that unit small. That's the top class from A, B, and C company, the same way the CSA did it. I get my top of the top. You're the best shots. But not only are you the best shots, you need to be able to lead a skirmish line, which means you got to have a team speaker, you have to have a voice. If you want to actually lead and make your way up through the ranks, obviously you have to. I don't care how old you are, okay? I don't care. None of that matters. I'd rather hear you talk and give 100% effort and fail than stand there with your fucking teeth in your mouth and not and be upset about not being promoted. That's not how it works. You understood?
Wow.
Yes.
All right. So we hit the Tiger Scouts thing, which was next. So anybody else have any comments or about the Tiger Scouts?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Can we have more drill?
Yeah, my question is just to Drunken about more drilling of the scouts and training, so that we can actually make that even more closer knit and better.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we have a lot of new scouts coming in a lot of the time, so a lot of our efforts, we often find ourselves training new scouts. But for us that have been in scouts for a while, what we can do is we can start learning even more small unit tactics that are historical and actually taken out of the manuals.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Absolutely. So yeah, if y'all want to get that into the rotation, just send me a message and I'll plan it for the next drill.
By the way, next drill is tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
What we do there is maybe break off from the main drill or something.
That's all up to. I mean, that's up to Drunken. I allow him to teach everybody the skirmish tactics. So when you guys, if you want to focus on skirmish tomorrow, you focus on skirmish. Do your thing. We can do that then too. Sergeant Major Volk has actually set together a drill team. If we have guys that aren't interested in drill, perhaps we can have somebody like Chaplain Brad or whoever take those guys off and then do a regular organized double rank line thing. While those people who are interested in skirmishing will get with Drunken Bagpipe.
Yeah.
All right. Let's continue to move on. Last question.
JB had a question, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry, JB, go ahead.
Just sorry that I've noticed about Tiger Scouts is that when you call out that the Tiger Scouts need to go and deploy, it seems like most of our NCOs and senior NCOs leave. There's not really a diverse rank. It's like most of our older gentlemen.
I know, it's like the best of the best. I know, I know. So, well, and then we'll have to, and that's the thing, perhaps, depending upon how many guys we have, I'll say, okay, Drunken, you know, whoever, Super B, this guy, that guy, and that guy, you guys SWAC and you guys roll out there. Everybody else say, so if the Tiger Scouts would get a little too large for what we have at the time, then obviously that would limit the amount of guys that we could send in skirmish.
This is Ruby. Sounds to me like we got some room in the Tiger Scouts for some privates and PFCs and corporals to step up.
We might.
Definitely.
Anyone who wants to do it is more than welcome to come and train with us. Get certified to be a Tiger Scout, man.
Maybe if we form them into small squads, so then you don't have to
and the
deploy
thing
all.
is a skirmish section can be as small as 4. So, as long as we have 4 Tiger Scouts and doing anything, we can be our own group. So, you know, once we roll out, we deploy the Tiger Scouts, we don't have to send half the company.
Yeah, just squad 1 or squad 2.
Right, right. And it's never that anyway. It's not that large yet. But as guys take interest in it, and a lot of people that join this game, they want to play that skirmish role. So those who want to do it, I want to keep that open and available for them.
I think, can I more directly address JV?
Go ahead, and then we're going to end that discussion and move on to the next.
I think the crux of the thing there, you're right in what you see, JV, but that's also an opportunity for corporals and stuff to step up in the line and be repeating the orders as they should be, befitting their rank.
Can I counteract that comment?
Go ahead, and then we'll finish.
So, yes, you're right, corporals and stuff should be stepping up, but until this whole young officers thing has come around, they haven't had the opportunity to do that. So
which is the reason
we need to roll forward with that. So we can't really have that comment towards JV. Well, now it's not really it doesn't really have substance.
Yeah. What he's saying is
so you've never been to command.
Whose voice was that? Was that J-Dam? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
If you're telling me you made it to corporal, but you haven't been to drill, and so you don't know what to do, like, I don't believe you.
Well, I mean, I'm private first class, so I mean...
I'm just rebutting your point, I'm not naming names.
Okay, anyways, very good, very good. And, you know, and again, if you have interest in doing that, that's open for you. Those guys who do roll out to do that, then that's an opportunity for you guys in the main rank, in the main line, to step up. And when that happens, don't be afraid. Seriously, if I promote you to corporal, I want you, or up, I want you repeating orders. I want you to take a leadership role. That's why I gave you the position. I wouldn't waste my fucking time if I didn't think you could do it.
Just real quick, this is Ruby on the same point here. Like, yeah, like when Tiger Scouts get called up, a lot of leadership takes off, and that's an opportunity for people to step up. Another opportunity for people to step up is when leadership goes down due to casualties. There's been plenty of times where, when I was a sergeant, and everyone above me was down, and it was on me to run the boys and keep the line firing and moving around. So, and I'm sure we've all seen the movie with fucking Mel Gibson and the men in the helicopters, right? And
We were soldiers,
and he's training the men, and one guy goes to, the sergeant of the crew goes to jump out of the helicopter, and he grabs him and slams him down and says, "Bam, you're dead," and looks at the next guy and says, "What happens?" And then his eyes just go white and he doesn't know. And that's when he said it's important that every man knows the job above him. They say that in the Marine Corps as well. It's important that every man knows the job above him because you don't know when that man's going to go down. You don't know when it's going to come to you. And when it does, if you don't know what to do, then that's it.
Everyone dies.
Yep.
Basically,
Well,
a
it's like
corporal needs to be
baseball,
able
isn't
to
it?
support a sergeant, and the sergeant needs to be able to support a first sergeant, and so on and so on and so on. You need to be able to take over elements tasks.
Every pitch is coming to you.
Yep.
And very well said, Ruby, and that's a fact. And you know what? That's where Ruby stood out. When I go down or somebody, or even just Ruby as my NCO, just repeating, I was shocked by how good this guy really was. Like we have a good crew here, a really good crew, which will bring me now into my next point, because if we stay on this topic all day, we'll be here forever.
I like that.
Okay, did you have one last thing to say, and I'll let you go ahead and then...
No.
Okay.
I'm coming back into the game. It's just that my game just crashed.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
I just wanted to mention that.
Next up to bat, and this will be the last thing as far as the future branches of the 6th Louisiana Battalion go. The DeQueen's Battery, or the DeCan, however you pronounce it, the Louisiana Guards Battery, the artillery, and another artillery unit has all formed into one, and the companies will try to make things a little bit more, I don't know, they're just trying to consolidate things a bit more. Both those units were part of the DeQueen's Battery. Eventually here, once that comes out, and the day it comes out, I'm going to have my second lieutenant here, Ruby, as a captain of that unit. I'm going to allow 5 guys to shift over into that. Now, we found out a little bit more information during the last drill. The artillery, if you join artillery, you'll be manning the cannon, you'll be shooting the cannon. The other guys are going to be AI. Whether that's good or bad, that depends. Now, that's a good thing that Sergeant Major Drunken Bagpiper's already started training us in Fusilier drill, because if those guys are AI, they're not going to be able to react like a normal person would. So if you have any interest in that battery, you let me know right away. That'll be the next most recent move that 6th Louisiana makes, unless C Company fills up, and then we open up D Company. But as far as a different kind of a situation goes of the infantry, I already have my battery set. I got my guy Ruby to lead it. And I want to know if anybody's interested. Again, I give up to 5 guys. It's the first 5 guys to put their name in, and not necessarily the first 5, but the best 5. The best guys that I could see to put with Ruby, and, you know, obviously not to cut my own legs out from underneath me. That's why it's going to be a small crew, but I want that crew to be fucking damn good. If you're interested in artillery. Go ahead, please do. I'm just saying, if you want to put your name out there, say so, and I'll write your name down.
I do.
Okay,
Yeah.
shoot it. That's your
If you're interested,
Shoot it, sorry, said, don't worry. Okay, so we got shoot it, who else?
Midnight Sun. Me.
So what I wanted to say was, as part of the artillery unit, since we have been doing Fusilier drill, in particular the Tiger Scouts have been doing Fusilier drill, it'd also be very beneficial to have a dedicated unit of artillery guards. Wasn't uncommon during the war, and that would be another thing that people could get involved in. Just be a little bit kind of above the regular line soldier, because if we have the scouts dedicated to guarding the artillery all the time, then we're not going to be able to send them out and do what we need to do for the infantry.
Agreed. I know, and that's why we've already been training to doing the Fusilier thing.
Yep.
And as that continues to grow, we'll have men for that. Odds are the men that are here right now won't be necessarily involved in that. I'll be probably going out and recruiting guys for that reason. But yeah, I mean, but we might have 1 or 2 that are trained well in that can lead that too. And again, that's more opportunity for you guys. You would think that's a situation where maybe it wouldn't be the most fun, or maybe you could, but look at your own opportunities there too, though, within the regiment. You know what I'm saying? If you want to rank up, and that's important to you, and you want to actually lead. So.
Excellent.
Okay, very good. And okay, so I got obviously the shooting bit, and you know you're set. You're Ruby's friend. You came in with him. I know Midnight Sun. I heard J Dam's names out there.
So, just wanna let it out there.
Oh shit! Can you all hear me now?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. Anyways, real quick, Shooty Bit's already, and Shooty Bit came in with Ruby. That's his boy. Will be his first mate. I know Midnight Stun's interested. I know J-Dam. I thought I heard J-Dam's voice out there. Okay. Do we have anybody else?
Elmo Armor, just write it down.
Who?
Elmo Armor.
Oh, Elmo More. Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, not a problem. Very good. Okay, so cool. So we got at least a base for that, and then I have another guy from the 11th Mississippi who's definitely interested as well. For Navy, I'm going Tripper. No shit, huh?
I'll go
right.
Tripper, boss.
Yes. Yeah. So will I. All right. Anyways, next up to bat, because we're killing time here. It's past 8 o'clock already. Woof. All right. Next up to bat, and this will be the last thing, but probably like the most perhaps important. The future of the battalion as a whole, and officer accountability, conduct, and leadership. So, I mean, I played regimental games like War of Rights, Mountain Blade, etc. And I mean, I've joined online regiments or even just played, guys or mercs for a few that I've seen, and I've seen the good and bad with online organizations. Definitely taken note to what has made some big regiments good and what's made them utter shit. Since playing these types of organized warfare games in the Napoleonic style of battle, I've always really dreamed of putting together or developing the word regiment that was perfect. And, if that's possible, as perfection as we know it. And to me, a person can do this by commanding on the front and building an amazing team of very talented guys, which obviously I have here. I observe the weaknesses of my opponents and I exploit them at all times. Making a smart, well-timed strategic move is the difference between dominating a battle or getting smashed by the Yanks. And I think we've definitely done our thing there. You Tigers have made quite a name for yourselves in the field and built a reputation that has a way of intimidating or inhibiting the effort of our opponents. They don't take the chances and they don't do the things that they need to be done, and that the Yanks are capable of doing to other companies or other units, where, as we stand strong, literally like a stone wall. The credit really goes to you men who work as a team. Yeah, give it a big huzzah! Huzzah! But that credit goes to you men who work as a team. You guys show a ton of dedication to each other and to the battalion. And I believe it's a mark of perfection when a regiment has character as well as skill. As a force, with character and skill, you will rise and beat a larger or quote-unquote perhaps better regiment because of this. Character really, guys, and I see certain guys, most guys in my unit are perfect, but what I really want is a unit with character. Character is that quality upon which you can depend under pressure and under fucking conditions. Character makes a unit predictable. Character helps us win.
User joined your channel.
All the guys here must remember that our actions represent the 6th Louisiana, whether they be good or bad. Officers and NCOs must know when to and not to be afraid to address their men. Okay? If I made you an NCO or an officer, you see somebody out of line not doing their job, make sure they're doing their job. That's the whole point of the 6th Louisiana. That's why I started this thing. It's to get a as perfect as possible thing going. Officers and NCOs, the 6th Louisiana offers you gentlemen in particular a great opportunity to lead in your respective companies. And our regimental recruiters, Coles, Zambodi, have worked fucking tirelessly to fill our ranks. Not having contact with or not having or just not taking the time to contact your men for events and for drills is no longer going to fly, guys. I'm just letting you know right now it's not going to fly. These guys have worked their fucking asses off to build you guys a solid company. If I promoted you to a lieutenant position or a sergeant position in that company, it's because I believe in you and I want to see you fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? These guys work their asses off. So from this point forward, our officers, NCOs, you friend those guys on this team, you message them, you drive them out to the events. That's the point. That's why these regimental recruiters work so hard. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. Most of the companies in War of Rights are small. They're undisciplined. They're poorly fucking led. And they're even worsely trained. Or they're just flat out ghost companies. They just don't exist. 95% of the companies 95% of the companies in this game, if the CO stepped down, you couldn't give away. They're pieces of shit. Flat out, they're pieces of shit. I'm sorry to say it, but they're pieces of shit. The officers don't want it. The NCOs don't want it. And the sad thing is, these company commanders have worked 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. And for what? Literally nothing. Officers and NCOs, I need you all to step it up. Contact the privates on Steam. Build up your unit. Get that camaraderie. Bring your boys out to the fight. Build those relationships so the men want to come out and fight for you as they do for me. The same way they hear my voice in battle and they hop right to it. Guys that aren't even part of the regiment, they just hop right in. They want to be here. As soon as they hear your voice, I want to see the same fucking thing. And I know maybe I'm being a little overly aggressive, but that's just how I feel. XOs, NCOs, y'all do an amazing job. Don't get me wrong. Y'all do an amazing job, and I'm blessed with an amazing team. And I believe a few of you will even become my marshal someday. Which I'll go on to explain that now. I know I always use the term marshal, and I'm stealing Napoleon's thing. Okay. But, but I'm serious about it. Eventually, once the battalion company tool opens up, I'll be able to bring together all my companies into a battalion and promote, and this is the key part, guys, if you're listening out there, you guys that are NCOs officers, I'll be able to promote captains. I can do it now like other units have. I don't feel the need to do so at this point. It's gonna be the long haul. Y'all are gonna earn your keep, and that's just how it's gonna go. These very few individuals will be my marshals, and their ability and trust in me must be bar fucking none. Someday, the game's going to be much further along. We're in early alpha now, guys, and you guys that have joined now are heads up on the competition in the future. And I'm going to need to be able to trust the captain to hold a separate position while working with the rest of the battalion. And to know that the guy can handle the job. That's what I'm looking for with my captains, the guys that can really handle the job. The captains for the 6th Louisiana will be my most ruthless fucking killers I have. With the forward knowledge, because I can teach them, because I've been at this for so long, over a year now, the forward knowledge of the due diligence it really takes to run a company, to run the company tool, keep up contact with the guys that are with you, to keep bringing them into events, things such as this. And marshal, that position, that captain's position, is not for most of you guys. I'm gonna be honest. Most of you guys ain't gonna be able to handle that shit. If you're gonna be a marshal, you're gonna be a step above. You're gonna take responsibility for the first time in your fucking lives. You are gonna pick every cocksucker on your team, and you're either gonna sail the ship or you're gonna go down with the fucking ship. You in particular, you are gonna be that captain. That's gonna be you. And if you think I'm gonna hold your hand and do every fucking thing for you, you're full of shit. That's not what I do here. You might as well take the $70 you spend on War of Rights and all the time you spend in the 6th Louisiana and throw it in the fucking fireplace, because it's fucking worth a fuck. The guys that I have promoted now are the guys that are doing the job. And that's what I want to see, and it becomes a position where these guys take a captain's position. They're going to be heads and above everybody else. They're going to be the most organized, most well-disciplined, best cocksuckers I could possibly get together. And I know I've talked for like 9 hours, I'm sorry. But that's just how I feel. Any thoughts on, as far as all the things that we've hit there for the last several minutes there, the future of the battalion as a whole, officer, NCO, accountability, conduct, leadership, or my marshals? This is your guys' time to talk. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
I feel motivated.
Ghost.
Exactly.
Yeah,
me too.
Good. Well, that's what I fucking want to hear.
Check this out, and you're speaking to me right there, Chief. I don't have any of these. I have very few of the guys here in Alpha Company on my list, and that's going to be changed. And I'm telling you right now, thank you very much for pointing it out. And I'm going to be right here, the first one to take accountability for my deficit right here as an officer. And I'll be correcting that
The fault's my own. The fault's my own for not putting my foot down and putting the hammer. See, I'm such a. I lead by the front, and I'm very aggressive, and I'm used to doing things myself. That's not a fault of yours. It's a fault of mine. But I'm letting y'all know right now. Shock troop, go.
Hey, I just got a quick suggestion. Perhaps we should start doing orientation classes for new recruits and new lower enlisted, that are just coming in, because I've been here 2 months, 3 months maybe. I still don't really understand how rank works, what is expected from a 6 LA. I have an idea.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I'll tell you
for new recruits coming in, it'd probably be a good idea to do that.
I'll tell you what. Just as I wrote the drill manual for all the officers and NCOs to go ahead and just contact me and they can get it, I will go ahead and write something up so that anybody, officers or NCOs who are happen to be leading a drill or happen to meet a recruit, can just literally read something off of a piece of paper and be able to give them their orientation and the basics that they need to know to be in the company.
And that's Sergeant Major Drunken Bagpiper, the voice that was just heard there.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. A company SOP, as we call them, Marine Corps Standard Operating Procedures. These are like the standard things that are expected of you from certain ranks and yada yada. And the Marine Corps drilled into you from boot camp and on. But I think that would be a great addition here to the 6LA.
Awesome. Yep. And Brad just typed in there. They have been working on a field manual. We have that all set up already. Brad and Coles have worked tirelessly for the 6th Louisiana. We have all that information at hand. I'll let them guys go ahead and give that information to you. So also make sure you guys are adding Chaplain Bradley, Lieutenant Recruiter Coles, these guys, and Zamboni too. These guys work their tails off for me, and they help get the thing organized. So, but yeah, that's a great, and perhaps I should think about that too. Maybe even getting somebody who's almost like where Warboy also does, not only the recruiting, he also kind of, for the first George, he'll integrate some of the guys. I want some, and that can be a large group of guys that can help integrate too, and it always really is. But yeah, definitely.
In the standard operating procedures, we still can't get everybody to get their name tags the same.
That's part of what Brad and Cole's put together too.
Yeah, we can put that in the SOP.
Yep.
And a lot of the times I find myself, when we all get together to do drills, a lot of the times I'll find myself with at least a couple of recruits that need to be run through the basic school of the soldier before we can do anything else. So I will need NCOs and officers to be able to take recruits and just do the basic school of the soldier while I take the majority of people and move on to more advanced stuff. Because it's not enough just to keep on doing the school of the soldier every Monday.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Here.
And you know what? Volk's already done that with and Chaplain Brad. He's one of those guys that's a drill instructor. Get with him, Drunken. He can help out massively. A lot of other guys are too. We'll get that conversation going though. But anybody who is interested in helping out with 6th Louisiana regimental drills, contact Sergeant Major Drunken Bagpiper. We'll get this thing going.
Yeah, can I just quickly say, boss,
Please.
that Sergeant Major Volk has done an excellent job up until now, really. If whoever turns up for the drill, you'll get as much advanced drill as much as you like there. You've just got to tune in and turn up for the day, basically.
Right, but with Drunken Bagpiper, what it is, it's a little bit more regimental focused. So I know he knows I want to do artillery. So he's already training Fusiliers. He's already, you know what I'm saying? This would be a little bit more in-house. Now, if you're interested in the 2nd Corps, the big tag, to get in, contact Volk too. Contact both. You know what I'm saying? See what you can do. You can do, because Sundays 4 p.m. is the EU, or before the EU event. 3 p.m. is the drill, 2nd Corps drill. 7 p.m. Eastern time on Monday is when Drunken Bagpiper does his thing. So if that's something you're interested in, contact the man. Contact me. We'll set you up.
And I know time frames for both parties are completely opposite. One party's on across the pond, so if one time window works better for you than jumping in and grabbing it, it should all basically be the same stuff across the board.
Well spoken. Yeah.
Well, just to echo that page that Chaplain Bradley made. That's brilliant. It's really good.
It is, and a lot of hard work is put into that, you know. And I mean, I'm going back to the recruiters real quick, but Coles and Zambodi, I don't even know if they're here with us tonight. I don't think. Oh, okay, Zambodi, Coles isn't.
Yeah, Zambodi's here.
Okay. Well, I mean, these two guys, and Coles, I think he's a little upset, and I would be fucking too. If I had worked months for something and got 100 some odd guys, I mean, I do what I can as far as messaging all these guys, but really, I can guarantee you these regimental recruiters want to see these officers, and NCOs especially, Moon, all you guys out there, Longstreet, Moser, all you guys that are at SWAC, all you guys that are well respected in the unit, message these guys, build that camaraderie, build that team up. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys eventually, I'd love to see you guys actually leading. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid to make some friends, get organization. Even if it's a random night, you see this person, that person's online, say, hey, you want to hop in warofrights? Let's go, we'll play together, and you build that relationship that way. Because even when I recruit people, I don't go right up to them and right away, hey, you want to join 6th Louisiana? I get to know a person. I build that rapport. I get to know where their mindset is as well as mine. And so that way, when I speak to them, my ideas and my thoughts aren't bouncing off them like rain off a window pane. It actually gets absorbed. They hear me out. They understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be more willing to follow you if you make that bond. I promise you.
Yeah, that's yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Who that was?
Yeah, please.
Is everyone there?
Mm-hmm.
Is there no?
I hear you. I'm on, and you know what? I'm on late at nights for TeamSpeak. I mean, like, I'll get out of work late and we'll play whatever. We'll just chat and whatever. My
War Thunder.
time schedule. Yeah, War Thunder. Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, you even
I
played War.
saw. No, I have no planes. I'm flying an Italian biplane,
Oh,
1930s version.
Just to play a little, like not devil's advocate for pilot here, but just kind of the other side of the coin is like if you see and I need to fix this myself, but once I get enough guys on my list here, if I see a lot of guys playing the same game, there's no reason why you can't jump in and play with them on a Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever, Monday night when it's not event time, and play something else. Play something else, just build that camaraderie, get with those guys, see what they do, enjoy what they enjoy, and then, because I mean, I'm telling you right now, I just got into F1 2017, and I could really appreciate some clean racers, because everybody online is racing guys, everybody crashing everybody. But if we get a group of people, it doesn't matter what game you play, it almost always works out. If you can get consistent teammates that you know aren't going to fuck around, and you'll have a better time, why not dip right here? Why not dip right in here with the 6LA?
Well
Right.
said, well said.
Exactly.
Hey,
And you know
also we have a good Discord that we can use too. I mean, just to have
Yes.
general chat and text with one another too.
Yep. I'm more of a TeamSpeak guy, but we do have our own Discord as well. If you don't have that information, contact me, Zambodi, or Coles. Coles set it up. So, but yeah, and other games are important too. Like, why do you think? And this is one thing that I need to set my game up on too, is playing other games with people. I have a limited schedule, so that's kind of really the reason behind it. But even hopping into a game like War Thunder, which, I mean, it's fun, but I mean, if I'm flying a biplane from the 1930s, obviously I'm not having that much fun. But it's for the point. The point is that you're getting out there with the guys, you're building that relationship, even if you suck. Who cares? I can tell you right now, we're getting into postscriptum here as soon as that sucker comes out. And that's a World War II game. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to shift everybody that's 6LA right into that sucker too. Now, I won't take such a leadership position because I don't have the time to do it.
Hey, I have a server for that.
Do you, Shock Troop? Get out. There you go. And I'm just going to play with whoever plays it, but it's just part of keeping that camaraderie, you know, and what I said earlier about making a regiment that was perfect, and obviously perfection as we know it. And I mean, as I see further and further ahead, hold on, give me one sec, but when I started off with A company, I never thought I'd make it to C or D company. Never thought I'd have my own regiment, but I worked towards it. And as perfection goes, as you see it at the time, okay, you're limited based upon what you're seeing in front of you. But as you continue to push forward, and you work your way up the ladder, or you push, through the tunnel, you can see that opening on the other side. You can see other opportunities. You can see other availabilities, and that's what I'm trying to do. Continue to build this sucker. But go ahead.
Yeah, in real life too. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us here are reenactors. Like Haley and me, we might be going to Gettysburg, so hit me up.
And me.
Ghost might be my ride. I don't have a car right now. My shit jumped up the other week.
So everybody who's going to Gettysburg, let's get together. Second South Carolina string band's going to be there at the concert, and I'm going to I'm going to be pie-eyed when I get there. But hit me up for sure.
That's a good.
That's okay. So will we all. Dude, the second South Carolina string band is amazing.
They're the best.
I don't know if I've seen them, but wow.
They are good.
They are amazing. Anyway, staying on topic though, anything anybody wants to add before we hop into
I have one more.
Please.
Before, as tempting as it is, guys, seriously, again, we don't really have the issue. We're one of the best companies when it comes to conduct and everything. Please don't disrespect the little companies that are out there. That would happen a little bit on the Monday. And I was recording that, guys. So just please, again,
I saw every second of the whole fucking
don't
thing.
disrespect them. Just let them do their thing.
Yep, and I'll be honest with you, and I'm not blaming anybody. It is what it is. I wasn't there, so the fault really falls on myself. I had to work, but wasn't okay. For you guys that are officers, young officers night. I mean, in Trip and Ghost and all you guys played part in Young Officers Night. And it's a major opportunity for our guys that are coming up through the ranks. You know what I'm saying? Just try to stay disciplined. Give them as much opportunity as possible. I like what I did see that I liked from you guys is that everybody was definitely supported. It's just, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong because when I do a Young Officers Night, I still play, even though when I say I'll play private, I play that NCO role and still try to make sure guys are listening. And when I appoint an NCO or that person is appointed NCO, they need to be doing that job. I don't know. We'll see. It's that last Monday. That's a nil for me. That doesn't even count. We're actually about to hop into Young Officers Night again here for the 8 p.m. event. I'm going to be putting forward a lot of guys that are my tops and giving them an opportunity to lead. So we'll see how. I mean, that's big time. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you lose the map. I don't give a damn. It's more about how you handle yourself while you do it. But if you can win it and handle yourself well, you're a fucking champion. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my killers. So.
Well, it also helps them to understand the effectiveness of staying in rank as well.
Absolutely. And everybody working together, right? And I do realize that sometimes when I'm away, the discipline kind of breaks down. That's when it comes to you officers. If you're a first lieutenant, if you're a second lieutenant, I don't give a goddamn if you're a corporal, sergeant. If you see that's not there, get on it. Okay? Make sure the boys know. You know, and I don't mean to be. I'm not coming down on anybody. You know, I like to have a good time too, but that's your opportunity to shine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for real. And hey, if you're a corporal and last guy there, last guy alive is a sergeant, hey, ask him, hey sergeant, what's up? Looks like you're the man. What do we do now? Because sometimes maybe he may not have realized that he's the man now. So look out for one another, look out for your brother, talk to each other, communicate. That's when we start, when we get the whole line communicating in fucking local chat, that's the shit. Because we got guys reloading, we got other guys looking for the enemy, watching the fucking muzzle flashes through the smoke and all that stuff, and we're calling out the enemy, making our shots count and accurate. That's when we're winning. That's when we're working as a team. We got all cylinders firing and we're kicking ass. So keep it up, boys. If it weren't for you out there wouldn't be us up here. So keep doing it. You guys are badass 6LA all the fucking way. Tip of the spear, baby.
Huzzah! That's what I'm talking about. Huzzah!
Too easy.
I don't know about you guys. I feel so fucking motivated right now.
Yeah,
Let's go kill some Yanks.
I've got a now it's time to kill some Yanks. Now let me take a look. Are we gonna have to hop into Harper's Ferry?
Yeah.
Now don't leave. Do not leave. Wait. Hold it. Relax a second before we leave. I want to bring up the chaplain of the 6th Louisiana Regiment. Chaplain Bradley to make a prayer. I want everybody to take a knee. I'm gonna get off. Everybody get off the main stage. I want Bradley up here.
Get off!
Everybody down here, take a knee.
Pop a squat, boys.
Alright, boys, we're gonna kill all
Brad,
of
I
them.
want you up on the top of the on the podium there. Is Bradley even with us? Oh no! Oh no!
Crashed.
Hold on. Oh no! Okay,
You
good.
do it,
Okay.
boss.
Give it anyways. Give it anyways.
All right.
Silence.
Almighty God, I just thank you, Lord, for the precious Lamb of Jesus and for your Holy Spirit, by whom we may have wisdom and understanding and counsel and might, knowledge and the fear of the Lord. We thank you for your goodness, your mercy, and your grace, and that you would direct our hearts into the love of God and into the patience of Christ. Amen.
Amen. Kill all the Yankees with Jesus' blood.
Great job, 6th Louisiana. In here, we are in a regimental meeting that's taken over an hour and a half, and we still have 30-some guys, and that's just in the game. All but 40 in the team speak. That's amazing, and that's what I'm talking about, guys, and that's what makes us special. And for all you guys that are working their way up the ranks and that are working hard, and just think, we're early alpha now. You guys are the future leaders here, and you guys that are private recruits, whatever. You guys, I mean, you'd be shocked where you'll be in the future. But anyways, let's make our move over into the Harper's Ferry. We're going to go ahead and do a Young Officers Night. First up to bat is going to be 2nd Lieutenant Ruby and the shooty bit as his NCO. Everybody understand?
Aye.
If you got a shot.
Everyone,
all right, hopping over to. No, you didn't yet. Is that
Yes, sir, Bob. Safety mode Tyrannus.
Came from the grassy knoll.